here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. 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 How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little boy. Hello. 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 How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-tappa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-tappa, tippa-tappa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? Hello folks, welcome to the show. Here we are on another Friday. It's Friday, I'm on my own, so I thought no better way to kill some time and take mind off things than to have a stream. Terry's in the house, Tom's in the house. Yes, mate, I thought I'd have a break for a day or two, but you know what? Things just keep powering along, so we have to keep going. This guy, we have to do some wiring. The pickups are on the way, and I need to get this guy put together very soon. I have tested the jack. It fits nice and tightly. It's a good snap in there. nice and tight. That ain't going to be removed. And we're going to do some wiring today just to keep it chilled, keep it pretty relaxed. And that's what we're doing. So hope you're all well. Live simple. We always like to live simply. The only way to live. Absolutely. Let's go to the bench. We got this guy, this lefty. We've got to get some soldering work done here. So we're going. This thing's very, very interesting. So I've had a word with Mr. Glynn, and Mr. Glynn has suggested the following for this sound profile. We're getting a very extremely hot humbucker that's going to play those low metal tones really, really well. It's going to emphasize some mid-range, really throw out those thicker frequencies. In here, we've got a hot humbucker-sized P90 to match up with that humbucker. Very unique, very different. It will clean up nicely if you want to play some clean in the neck. It will also crunch very, very well. This is the one that do the damage. This one's going to loosen the foundations, as we say, and this one will tear the walls down. So that's what we're doing. We're going to wire this up, get the pots in there ready, and then when the pickups arrive, we can do those. Lynn, what is happening? Aloha to you as well. Good to see you guys around, out and around. Let me put this away. I'll get the components out that we need to start. Okay, 500K pots is what we need. 500K pots. Let me just click something in place here, and I'll join you in a second. Okay. So we need a couple of 500K pots. Let's grab those. Where are you, my little pots? My little potty friends? There's a big bag of pots right here. 500. One tone, one volume, one three-way switch. 500. Nothing fancy required. No splitting of the pots. Nothing like that. So very basic setup. He's a very basic guitarist. The kind of guitarist we like. Basic guitarists rock. Huh. Sort of. And a three-way switch, of course, which we will find lying around somewhere. In the meantime, let me get this guy wired up. What I forgot to do is bring down the wiring diagram that I need. Give me a second, guys. I'll just go and grab that. Alrighty. A wiring diagram there, so I know what I'm doing. Get these guys lined up. Put them in there like so. I'll just drill through this little box here. Let me just finish that off. they sit nice like that. We can get those guys lined up. We'll put the switch in the middle there. Go find that guy wherever he is. He's in the box switches and things. Switches and things, as we call it. There is a black switch somewhere. I have positioned, placed it somewhere. Got lots of, okay, we've got some chrome, we've got some black knobs. Good, good, good. Okay. Here's our wire. Vintage wiring. Okay, we've got black and white. White for active, black for ground. It's all tangled up. Sort that out. There we go. First things first, of course, we're going to put some ground. Let me just clamp that in place there, guys and girls, so that we can keep that guy from moving. Okay, nice and close. There we go. You can see pretty well. Rain is good, Tom. We got some rain here the other day as well. We got some rain as well. Let's get some ground spots on there. Ah! Solder everywhere. Everything's grounded to the back of these pots. And I mean everything. First things first is to ground the pots to each other. So we'll take a little length of wire and give it a little bit more than we need. We always don't want them to be too slack. We want them to be a little bit loose. Grab our cutters. I'll use my little strippers here just to neatly trim some of that cloth off. ground wire there. We need the jack cabling, so I'll just pull that jack out of the guitar. And I'll get the switch in a minute too. I'll look in the other box and pull that out. Just going to take that guy out of there. Marky Mark, what is going on? Welcome on in. Be Bumstead in the house. Give that man a big shout out, please. Thank you, Terry. Already done. Very good. The bass is coming along, guys and girls. We're almost on the finishing stretches there. Just going to try and pull this guy out. It's nice and tight, this fit. I just fitted this earlier on today because I wanted to see how it all hung together. Guy out. And we'll wire that dude up. For those of you that haven't seen the progress of the bass, I will show you that. Here's our bass guy hanging up here in the background. So there you go. Waiting for the pickups to arrive. Of course, both sets are coming. It's pretty much ready to go. Just need to give it some final sanding. And then we get the oil on there and tidy that guy up. Looking good. Maui Lynn, there you go. Lynn, what do you think of that? Not bad, huh? Coming along nicely. Feels really good. I like it. It's chunky without being over the top. It feels like a bass, if you know what I mean. Orby, what's going on, brother? There you go, my friend. There she is. We're just waiting on those pickups to arrive, and we'll be hammering them in, so to speak. Not literally, metaphorically. Hang that guy up. What we're doing at the moment, though, is wiring this lefty. We're wiring the lefty up. So we've got to get a ground wire that's a little bit long, but not too long. Ground is the inner sleeve. Got a nice big bead there, clean, no dry joints. Okay, that's pretty good. Get our active on there now as well. Get a white one for the active terminal. Orby, what's happening, brother? Rage. How dare I? How dare you? Dare to dream, Rage. Dare to dream. Let's grab our little active guy. Little active guy. Little active guy. There's our active guy. We'll wrap this guy in here like so. Let's get that guy soldered up. Maui Lynn, thank you for the gifted sub. That is wonderful. Thank you very much. Seabliss, 26 months in a row. Wonderful to see, Bliss. Fantastic. Lynn, you're a gem. Thank you very much for your support. We appreciate that. There's the active, there's the ground. We're good there. That can now go into the realms of the body. And we'll obviously terminate those later on in the piece. Let's just twist those around a little bit and get those just neatened off like that. Okay, we need a wire between volume 1 and tone middle. So let's grab a little active wire guy. Sorry, yes, that's right. Okay, we've got a wire that we need from the middle of the tone, right there. There's a massive military chopper flying over my house right now as we speak. The house is shaking. It is loud. It's probably a Black Hawk. Okay, that's good. And that one goes to the first. Oops. Did I actually thread that? I misthreaded it. It came out before I dried. That's okay. We'll just heat it up again, pass it through. There we go. We give that a little bit more. There we go. Okay. go to the first terminal on the volume. Where the switch also goes, the active from the three-way switch will also, the pickup selector, will go and join this guy in a little bit. That's done. Happy with that. That guy's got to go into the middle. There. We're going to do that yet. A ground wire goes to the back of that one. That's good. And the pickup selector. Let me grab that switch. Let's see if I can find what I did with that switch. What did he do with that switch? It's here somewhere, kids. Hang about. We'll find it. We will find it. Yes, we will. There it is. That's the guy there. Okay, switch. And this little three-way guy, first things first is we need to short out the two pins in the middle. Why do we short the two pins out? Because when it's in the middle position, it enables us to pick both by shorting that out. So I generally just solder those two together. We're going to set it like so. Treble side, bridge side, treble side, bridge side. Okay, cool. Let's solder that guy together first. And they are touching, so all I need to do is just add some solder in the middle there. Like so. They short it out nicely. Cool. Just spread these little guys out a little bit further so we don't get any wiring touching the middle. There we go. Lynn, it's a little bit delicate. Am I chewing on my screwdriver? I am chewing on my screwdriver. That was Buddy. Buddy found this lying around on my table. And the next thing I knew, it was in the backyard, and Buddy was having a good old clean of his teeth on it. So not too good, because this stuff can't be too good for you. So luckily he didn't eat any of it. He just chewed it up. So yeah, Buddy, it's courtesy. But I'd like to say that it was me, but it wasn't. Okay, so our three-way selector, we need the middle pin. Now that it's got the solder in it, we need to feed that to the pickup on the volume. So that controls everything that that we get switched. If it's switched this way, this pickup on the neck goes on this terminal, the bridge pickup goes here. So if it swings one way, it activates that pickup. If it swings the other, it activates it. And when it's in the middle, it's shorted out, so both are on. So let's, but back to you got to get that relayed back to the volume, so we got to put that in there. So we need a little wire, little active wire, a white one. And we'll trim the ends off that guy. Nice and neat. Just give them a tint and a little bit of a burn off any of those threads there. There we go. Cool. And that's got to go through the same hole as this guy. So all I've got to do is touch that spot and feed that through through the same entry that the other one went through. So that's quite easy. We just line that guy up, soften that guy up, and that eye should be big enough to take both of these guys through there. It is a little bit delicate, Lynn, but it's not too bad. Actually, I'll try it this way. Might work a bit better if I use my correct hand. Come on, get in there. Gotcha. Go. And that guy now feeds to the switch in the middle. A little bit like so. And I'm just going to push him through there. Make sure we get a nice core of wires. Like that. Done. So that's good to go. That leaves us a capacitor here, which I need to find. I think I've got a bag of them somewhere. We need this guy got to be grounded to itself. So I'm going to cut a little black wire and just ground pin 3 on the volume to its own shell, to its own casing. I'll need a ground wire, of course, to the bridge. Just cut a little guy here. There we go. Okay, that's good. And keep that down. What do we got? 100 bits from Briggs. Briggs, what's going on? Good to see you. How are you? Yes, all is well. Thank you. grounded. We'll need a ground wire, of course, for the bridge. So let's just cut a slack ground wire for the bridge. Make it as long as we need. We can trim that off later. That's more than enough. I'm going to do something different with the bridge. Let's see if I can get that going. Anyway, we can work on that when I actually put the bridge together. Let's just glue this one down, or solder this one down. Okay, very good. That's done. So there's our bridge ground. Now we need to get this guy in as well. So I'm going to pop that guy. Screws. Where are the screws for this guy up there? I'm going to grab the body now. I'm going to put these in and fix this guy in place and run these cables where they need to be. Let me grab that body. Put this. For those of you that don't remember, this is our lefty here. There's our lefty beast. It's ready to be put together. We've got our faux moss growing up that guy. So let me give you a better shot of that. There's our faux moss that we painted on there. So Orby, if you're in the house, what we've got here is we're going to have a hot P90, humbucker size P90 in here, and a super hot humbucker here. So P90 and a humbucker. Okay, so that will be a little bit, that'll clean up nicely, but break up pretty well. This one will go nuts on the mids and severe drop B tuning, chug, chug, chug. But this one here is going to give you a bit of variety as well, this P90, humbucker size P90. So it's going to be an interesting build. That's Mr. Glynn's combination. He's come up with something. It's a one-off formula, and we're going to try it in this guy. He's quite confident. This is going to run up to about, he's got a combination of Alnico 6s and ceramics. It's going to be like a 20K plus pickup This guy is like an 8.8 or 8.9, I think, humbucker size coil in a single row, so a P90. Okay, let's get some things in here. See if we can do something with this guy. So first things first, let me stick this through. Let me fix this guy in so that I've got a base, a subtle base to work with, as they say. What did I do with that screwdriver? And this little guy, baby guy, right? Okay, test that fit again. Perfect. Beautiful. Nice and tight, not too difficult to mount. Beautiful. There's enough room for the wires to come through. On the clear side, that's good. Okay. So we can fit these guys in here now and test it out. I'm going to just sit them loosely for now, just to get familiar with the positioning of everything. And okay, and what we need to do is get these guys. Won't worry about the bridge ground yet, but I do want to get these guys done. So let's unravel these. They'll both go over to there. That's good. Go from the front. Oh, I forgot to ground this guy as well. I'll need another wire just here. Forgot about the ground on this, so on the switch. So let's quickly cut another wire while I've got that switch there. There's always another ground. We would have found out soon enough when we couldn't hear anything coming through. I am liking the green. Yes, it's a bit of a moss sort of overgrown, this old lump of wood that was deep in a Viking forest somewhere. And it was found by a young Viking lad who likes to play Viking black metal, of all things. So it's a little bit of a chug 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 metal axe, dark metal. He's yes, he does like his dark metal, as they say. But that's okay. There's a market and a crowd. Just there's something to please everyone. There's something to please everyone, guys and girls. It's Orby's favourite motto. That should be his motto. Orbiter Guitars, something to please everyone. Ha! See you, Briggsy. Yep, say hello to the old hubby for me. Hope he's doing all right. Okay, let's pop this guy through here. Let's crunch him like so. Let's get some solder on there. It's a little funny, this one, because it's a thick piece of metal and it takes some heating to get that solder to spread properly. There we go. Gotcha now. Yep, got it. Okay. Yeah, that's hot. Okay, we've grounded that switch. Cool. Coolio. Goes through like that. got room for the other guys. This guy's got to go on. So this guy here goes to the middle pin of the first jack. Goes through there, like so. A little bit long. Let me trim that off a little bit. Pop that through there. Lovely. I will grab my solder. I will just stick that guy in there. Perfect. Okay, that switch is done. Ground wire for that switch now. There. Length of that guy should reach. It does. Fantastic. Get under there. There we go. Done. Good. Okay, so what have we got? Let's have a look at the diagram and let's have a look at what's missing. So we don't have the pickups. There's only two wires, or a couple of wires to come in, a ground and a hot, an active, there to go to the switch. So we've got the capacitor to come. I've got to dig one of those out soon. We've got our grounds. We've got our grounds. We've got our ground from that guy. We've got our ground from the pot. We've got our ground from this guy. And we've grounded itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got, of course, the bridge ground. Yep, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 grounds, 5 grounds. Yep, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grounds. Okay, we're good. We're good. Middle tone goes to the first pin on the volume. Pickup selector goes to the first pin on the volume. Middle pin is the jack. Done. First pin on the tone is blank. Done. We're good. We're good to go. All we need now is this got done when the bridge is in, but we need to get the pickups done and get the pickups in there. So I'm going to leave that like that for now, just loose, and take this guy away. And then we're going to work on the Telecaster. I'm going to do some light sanding on the Telecaster and get maybe a coat of oil on that neck to start finishing that. The color for the Telecaster. So Terry, let me tell you. Willie's in the house. Excellent. Okay, Willie. No problems. Take care. Absolutely. Have fun. Your friend I, what's going on? Hello there, I. So, what we've got, guys, is this guy is ready to go. But what I was going to say was, Terry, I found the color. It's called Mediterranean Azure. So it's Mediterranean blue. And you can mix it with water and dilute it to make it lighter, brighter, or darker, deeper. So we're going to do some experimentation. I'm waiting for that special stain to arrive. And it's going to be très sexy, as they say. So it's going to be lovely. It's going to be nice. But I need to get that guitar ready. So this is the wiring all done now. It's obviously going to be neatly tucked away once we get this guy put together. Geez, that's really, it's come a long way. So we've got to put this guy together and finish him off. But what I'll do now is put this away. I'll bring that telly in and that neck. We'll get some sanding done and just check the quality of that neck. Give it a coat of oil just to seal it and see how we go. So for those of you that don't remember, here we have our, I'll just switch off this iron so I don't burn the place down accidentally. Let me go back to the bench. Okay, so we've got our little friend. There he is. Quilted black butt cap. Poplar body chambered. We've got to get this guy smoothed out. It's a bit rough. Lots of sanding to do before we put any oil on there or any color on there, but obviously vacuum out all the dust and powder and things. But I wanted to show you guys. There it is there, ready to go. There's our little seahorse. There's our little F-hole, or sound hole, I should say, for that chamber down here. The French don't say it like that. The French can go and jump, what is it? Take a long run off a short pier, as I say. And as for the French Canadians, well, make up your mind. What are you, Canadian or French? I hope I haven't offended anyone. Not that I would care. I'm in one of those moods, Terry, you know. Seamus and Spencer. Seamus and Spencer? Is that what he is? Is that his name? Spencer the starfish and Seamus the... Oh my God, who came up with that? That would be a Willy. That would be a Willyism. Don't forget we've got the neck, this guy here, with our beautiful little turtle guy and the lovely mother of pearl, or not mother of pearl, but abalone shell dots. So that's turned out really nice. Happy with that. You guys like that guy? Lisa and Leslie, respectively. Okay. Spencer, yeah, I don't know where she's getting it from. It is Purdy, Tom. That's our neck. It's almost smooth. We've got lots of teeth marks there, though, and numbers and things. We've got to get all that just shaped nicely. It is to shape, to size. It's nice and thin. Good for little 10-year-old's hands. Good for anyone's hands, really. It's a full-size neck. We got to get that guy sorted, though. So let's start sorting, shall we? And this guy here, of course, needs to be sanded as well. That's a lot more work, but we'll put that aside. Let's get this guy sorted out so I can get this guy oiled up. And the oil will actually show some of the marks that we can't see with the naked eye. You dreamed it, Terry. Maybe you did. I heard Buddy dreaming last night. He was barking in his dream, but he sounded like he was crying, but he was like woof, woof, woof. Little barks in his dream. What a dick. Little Bud, he's upstairs on his little bed. There's our little shell fish, our little scallop shell that we engraved onto the plate. That turned out okay. For a little bit of freehand carving. That's not too bad. Adds a little bit of something to it, something different. Dana in the house. Where is she? I came here to ask for your pro Luthier advice. Your friend, I. Well, friend, my pro Luthier advice. Go for your life. It'll cost you. But go on, ask anyway. I'm just kidding. Anything I can help you with, go. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what I has to ask. I have a violin and I would like to darken the varnish. Is there a way to darken it without removing the old varnish? Ooh, if you know what varnish you're using, it's probably the wrong question for me. I'm not a finishing guy, but varnish is a particular base. So I don't think you can do it without stripping it. You'd probably be best to rub it all back and re-varnish it, would be my suggestion, but only from someone that knows what they're doing, like a finishing guy. Tom, any idea? No. Is that an informed decision, Tom? Do you think the varnish is too hard now and it can't be worked? I think it's once it cures, it's pretty much done, right? A luthier should strip it and do it refinish. Yeah, agreed. I think it should be stripped and redone myself. You can't mix the two. So there's your answer. Unfortunately, there's no easy way, but there is a way, and that is to get it rubbed right back and sanded clean and get a luthier to apply or a finishing guy to apply another coat of your choice. And especially with a violin being particular thickness and particular material, you want to get the right blend and the right thickness of varnish on there too, as to not impact the vibrations of the top, okay, the soundboard. Too much varnish could be dulling, not enough makes it look like rubbish. There's a special amount and technique to get it to the right finish and the right thickness, as well as the right evenness, I think. Spray paint it. Look, if you want to spray paint it, go for your life. That's fine too. That'll work. Whatever makes you happy. There's no real right or wrong. Well, there is, but you know, everyone's right and wrong is subjective. Okay, back to this. Let's sand this little guy in here with some hardcore, heavy-duty scraping paper, as I call it. It's very, very 80 grit, but it's pretty. It's emery paper, emery cloth, so it's nice and rigorous, and it gets me to work these corners really hard. I need to get those file marks out of there without taking too much off, and this works quite well. You just hit those spots. Until you get rid of those teeth marks to the naked eye and the feel and the touch. That first coat of oil is going to show anything up, but you can see the difference already. You've got that side. See the teeth marks there? I haven't done this side yet, but I've touched on this side. So they're gone, just as simple as that. Okay, so we need to just work those out very, very quickly. It doesn't take long. We're going to hit that with, this is 80 grit, we're going to hit it with 120 and 240 as well, and then we're going to put the oil on. And the 120 and 240 is just to get these big scratches out. Always go with the grain. Work in little areas, don't overheat it. Just rub it off. You can see that sandpaper comes off quite easily. Rage is the one. That's right, Rage. It depends on what you varnish it with. Rage is the violin expert. He's the guy. And he's a hell of a lot of better finisher than I. And we've got sound back. Okay. I had just lost a little bit of sound there. I think the mic dropped out, but that's okay. What I was saying was I can just see a couple little areas where there's the remnants of some scratches. Again, they'll show up easier when we get the oil on there. It's a lot cleaner. There's a hell of a mess down this end, so we've got to clean that up now.
couple of big bites in here, and then once we get rid of those, we'll be good. Give it a coat, a quick coat, and then we'll sand that back once we coat it, and just we'll probably see a lot more scratches, finer scratches, but there's some big teeth marks right in here. I'm going to work on this for a while, for a few minutes anyway, not too long. Yeah, that's getting better. Couple little remnants, got to keep going. Almost good. There's a little chunk in here that I've got to get rid of. That's going to be a pain in the butt. Grab a little pencil, and that'll give me a little bit of a firm base to push in, like a round file. Go a bit more aggressive and scratch some of that surface. There we go, that's working. That's working really well. Yeah, that's almost fixed it. Just shaping that little crease. As I said, it won't be perfect, but the first coat of oil will show us the finer scratches that the naked eye can't see. At least my naked eye, because, you know, let's face it, my eyes are getting worse as I get older, but that's nearly there. You can see that's almost right. Almost. Okay, we're going to hit that. Let me clean that cap here, that the back of that headstock. Give that a little squirt. Hang on. Grab a little block. Just give that a little quick sand. Do the tail. that pencil there, that crayon. Okay, let's grab some 120, this stuff here. Soften it up a bit, soften the blow. It's a lot smoother already. Amazing what one grit does. This is sassafras, this neck. So when I oil it, it should pop and give us a nice ambery colour, golden amber, beautiful neck material. Easy to work with, easy to sand, but very hard, very robust, but it works really well. Okay, that's that one. Let's get some 240. We'll finish that in 240, then we'll give it a coat. Hey Mav, what's going on? How are you? Sassafras. Whisper when you say it. That's exactly right. Don't you forget it. Okay, 240. Let's do that. And then we'll give it a coat, as they say. Silky smooth, it feels really good. Slick. Okay, let's wash that down. Let's get that oiled. See what it looks like. I've got a couple of scratches here I can see still. Not happy with that. Okay, let's wash that down and let's get some oil on this guy. Are we ready, guys and girls, to put some color on there? Let's put some color on there. Okay. So, let me grab some spirits. I'll just give that a wipe down. We're using a little bit of true oil just to get in, and then we'll probably finish in Danish. It's pretty much a different combination of linseed and spirits, but we can mix the two. Let me quickly just cut this guy up. Give that a little wipe down. You can see there's some beautiful marks. You can see the patterns and the bird's eye pops. It's got a little bit of bird's eye through there. Not too much. The grain is really interesting. But you can see the yellowness of that sassafras. It's sort of a mapley colour. And of course you can see the stripes on that fretboard just pop once we hit that with something wet. Legends. Legends. Huh. Just getting all that dust off mainly. Just clean some of that dust off there. Don't forget to seal the end. And don't forget that guy at the front. Okay, let's get some oil on there then, shall we? Shall we? All right, I need a glove. Leg ends. Ha! All right. We'll do the face of the headstock first. Gunstock. Gunstock True Oil. Birchwood Casey. Gunstock finish. We're going to put a little bit of this on. I find it's a really good sealer, and I can sand it easily, and it gives me a nice, really nice, even base to work on. And I just liberally just squirt a little bit on there. Like that. And you get that honey colored amber, and we'll just work that in. Just get that sealed in there. First coat. Drinks it up pretty quick, let me tell you. Drinks it up pretty quickly. But you can see that color. Just adds a little bit of amber. We're not too bad, actually. We've got most of the scratches out. So there's only a couple of little ones, so that's not too bad. A couple little teeth there, you can see them. Don't forget the tail. It's pretty good. A little bit of sanding just in the corners there, and then we should be good to go with the Danish oil. Let me show you that on the other camera. Yeah, just a little bit, Lynn, just a little bit. The more oil I put on it, the darker it gets. But I'm going to probably... How's that? Okay, we're back. Let me just check and see if I can get...
Mike, okay, we're back. So, yes, it will get a little bit darker. That's it there. It's not too dark at the moment. It's very light. It is a light wood though. So, but it's designed to contrast. It'll contrast nicely with that fretboard. And there's a little turtle guy you can see right there. I'll just show you that guy on. So, I'll get the other camera onto there. The light's a bit bright in here, and it tends to brighten it more. Brightens it more than it is. But if I can pull back a bit, you might see that colour. It's a little bit sort of wheaty. There you go. It was a lot wider than that, but yeah, it's a little bit. But that guy there looks pretty magnificent. So we want to have that contrast. Ooh. Huh. No, not really. What we're doing is we're sealing those up, and then we're just going to build layers on top by sanding back and flattening it. We want a slick neck. We're probably going to put 2 or 3 coats of oil on this neck, but it's going to be rubbed right back. And by the time you finish it, the pores are sealed. You'll get a very, very satin, dull finish. Not shiny at all, but it will feel like glass, and that's important. It's got to feel smooth. Special Trevor. Is it Trev? There he is, little Trev. Little Trev the turtle. So we're going to let that dry now. Let that sit there and be done with that. Yeah, so, we build up the layers, and the more we put on there, the shinier we get a finish. We rub it back lightly, and that flattens it. It gives us a nice even coat, just like putting clear coats on, but we'll only want to put a couple on there. Let me see who's texted me, just in case it's important. Okay. Let me, right, there's something I've got to attend to. Let's see who's on. I'm going to finish up now anyway. Let's see who's on. Is Maddie on? No, he's not. Rhinus Leatherworks, Roxy Gunn. Matt's not on. I'm going to leave it there. I've got to run, guys and girls. I've got a message. I will be back tomorrow. Have no fear. It's Saturday, and I'll be back tomorrow, and we can do some more work tomorrow. Thank you very much. Rage, love your work too, mate. You are awesome. Little turtle came out nice. Orby, he did come out nice. He swam and swam and swam up the east coast of Australia to 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. That's him. Okay, guys, you take care. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time and spending time with you. It's really important that we hang together. And you're such a good crowd. So take care. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. See you later.